she left. The silence hit you harder than the goodbye. Your chest feels heavy, your mind won't stop racing, and you're stuck replaying every detail, wondering where it all went wrong. But what if this heartbreak isn't the end? What if it's the beginning of the man you were always supposed to become? Because right now, you stand at a crossroads. You can let this pain break you, or you can turn it into the fire that makes you unstoppable. You don't just have the power to make her second-guess her choice. You have the power to become unforgettable. The man who lingers in her mind when the lights go out. The man she'll wonder how she ever walked away from. And here's the part most men will never figure out. There's a proven way to flip the script. A playbook to turn heartbreak into fuel, regret into power, and silence into a presence so loud she can't ignore it. In the next few minutes, I'm going to hand you that exact blueprint, and I'll warn you now. The final step is the one that hurts her the most, because it's the moment she realizes she lost you for good. Breakups crush your confidence. They make you question your worth. But drowning in sorrow won't bring her back, and it won't build you up. If you want her to regret walking away, you have to stop grieving and start evolving. Build a future so solid, so magnetic, that it not only gets her attention, it makes you proud. This is about transformation, mentally, physically, emotionally. Becoming the man who doesn't beg, doesn't chase, and doesn't settle because he's too focused on rising into the version of himself he was destined to be. And here's the twist. When you finally get there, when you've leveled up beyond recognition, you might look back and realize something powerful. You don't even want her anymore. Part 1. Disengage. Go completely silent. Here's the brutal truth most men can't face. The first step to taking your power back after a breakup is disappearing. No texts, no calls, no late night scrolling through her Instagram stories. You don't fade out slowly. You cut it clean. Cold. Total silence. And yes, it stings at first. But it's the only move that flips the balance back in your favor. Because every time you reach out, you're confirming her choice to leave. Every just checking in tells her you're still waiting, still stuck, still hoping. And nothing kills attraction faster than that. But silence? Silence is different. Silence shifts the energy. It says, without a single word, I value myself. I don't need you to feel whole. I've moved on. That's when she feels it. The man who was always there suddenly isn't. And that absence? It echoes. It unsettles. It makes her wonder. Most men chase because they think effort will win her back. But strength isn't in chasing, it's in boundaries. Going dark isn't weakness, it's power. Delete her number if you must. Clear the photos. Remove the reminders. You're not clinging to the past. You're building space for something better. And here's the twist. The moment you stop holding on is the moment she feels it the most. She'll check her phone, expecting your name to pop up. But it doesn't. And in that silence, regret begins to grow. So cut the noise. Go dark. Let your silence do the talking, because it speaks louder than anything you could text or say. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Silence is only the beginning. Wait until you hear the next step, because this is the one that doesn't just make her notice your absence. It makes her start chasing it. If you are finding value in this, make sure to like and subscribe so other men can also have access to this epic Stoic truth. Let's continue part 2. Transform your life completely. Silence sets the stage, but this is where everything changes. Transformation, not just moving on, but leveling up so completely that even you hardly recognize yourself. Take the space her absence left and turn it into fuel. Hit the gym like your future depends on it. Eat with discipline. Guard your peace like it's sacred. Every ounce of pain, frustration, or anger, pour it into progress. This isn't revenge. This is reinvention. She expected you to fall apart, to sulk, to break. But imagine her shock when the man she left behind doesn't just survive, he thrives. This isn't just about bigger arms or a sharper look. It's about your presence, your mindset, your energy. When you start showing up for yourself, everything shifts. Your eyes hold more focus. Your words carry more weight. People feel the difference the second you walk in. Build a life that excites you. Wake up earlier. Read more. Push yourself toward the goals you always delayed. Whether it's climbing higher in your career, mastering a skill, or chasing a passion, do it for you. Let your growth speak louder than any text you could send. Not to prove her wrong, but because you finally see your own worth. Expand your world. Join new groups. Take that course. Sign up for a challenge. Watch how quickly she fades from the center of your thoughts when you're too busy building a life you're proud of. Because here's the twist. By the time she looks back, searching for the man she once knew, she won't find him. And that's the point. And if this step shook you, wait until you hear the next one. Because it's the move that flips the script completely and puts you in control of the game. Part 3. Master the Stoic mindset. A breakup can flip your whole world upside down. Anger creeps in, jealousy stings, and the urge to lash out or prove something feels almost impossible to resist. But this is where true strength reveals itself, through the discipline of Stoicism. A Stoic man doesn't waste his energy on what he can't control. He doesn't beg. He doesn't chase. He doesn't let emotions run the show. Why? Because he knows the only thing he truly owns is his response. This isn't about faking strength or pretending you don't hurt. It's about facing those emotions without letting them own you. Let the storm roll through, but don't let it shake your ground. Accept what's happened, not with defeat, but with clarity and discipline. You're not replaying old arguments. You're not stuck in the what-ifs. Instead, you anchor yourself in the present moment. You shift your focus back to the only thing you can command: your thoughts, your reactions, and your next move. While most men spiral, you remain steady. While others chase closure, you stand calm in chaos. That calm, that's what makes you unshakable. Start small. Journal your thoughts. Take 5 minutes each morning to breathe and reset. Practice pausing before reacting. These habits sharpen your control, making you the man who doesn't break under pressure. He rises through it. Silence may get her attention, but emotional control, that's the force she'll never forget. Because when a man stays calm in the storm, he becomes the anchor others depend on. And just wait until you hear the next step, because it's the one that doesn't just rebuild your mindset. It rebuilds the way the entire world sees you. Part 4. Upgrade your social life. Take a step back and really ask yourself, who do you spend the most time with? Because here's the truth. Your circle shapes your future. If you're constantly around people who drain your energy, distract you, or keep you locked in old patterns, don't be shocked when your life doesn't move forward. This is your moment to upgrade your environment. If you want to rebuild stronger and make her second-guess everything she walked away from, start surrounding yourself with people who raise the bar. The ones who challenge you to think bigger, hold you accountable, and push you higher just by being in the same room. That kind of energy, it's contagious, and it's powerful. The biggest mistake most men make after a breakup is staying stuck in the same bubble. Same routines, same conversations, same stagnant energy. But that bubble is the trap. If your circle isn't forcing you to grow, you're not moving. You're stuck on repeat. Instead, align yourself with builders, with winners, with people who are chasing goals, striving for more, and living with purpose. Whether it's at the gym, at networking events, in mastermind groups, or just new spaces where ambition lives, put yourself there. Here's the twist. When your circle elevates, you elevate. your focus sharpens, your habits tighten, your mindset transforms, and suddenly you stop playing small. And believe me, when she sees the company you're keeping now, people with vision, drive, and success, she won't just see a man who moved on, she'll see a man who moved up. So choose your tribe wisely. Build a circle that reflects the man you're becoming, not the one you used to be. Because when your environment changes, your entire destiny shifts with it. This is only the external shift. The next step, that's the one where your internal world becomes so powerful, she won't even recognize the man you've become. Part 5. Make yourself scarce. Here's the reality. When you're always available, you stop being valuable. Constant access kills curiosity. And after a breakup, one of the biggest mistakes you can make is being too quick to reply, too eager to engage, too present. That doesn't pull her back. It makes her comfortable with walking away. So step back. Stop answering the second her name lights up your phone. Stop being the man who seems like he's always waiting in the background. You've got a life to build. Live it. When you become harder to reach, you create mystery. And mystery is what sparks regret. She'll start to wonder, why aren't you responding like before? Why does she feel that distance? That shift in your energy hits differently. It stings. It forces her to notice you in a way she hasn't before. But don't just fake being busy. Actually be busy. Fill your days with goals, passions, and progress. Build a life so rich that she's no longer the center of it. When you're focused on purpose, your absence speaks volumes. Be less available, not to punish her, but to elevate yourself. That's the move that flips the script and makes her rethink everything. Scarcity grabs her attention, but it's the next step that truly sets you apart. Because once you learn to control your emotions, you'll have a power that no one, not even her, can shake. Part 6. Build emotional stamina. There's one quality that separates boys from men, and that's emotional control. Chaos repels, stability attracts. The man who can remain calm when life gets messy? That's the man who stands out in any room. Constant sadness, anger, or jealousy won't win her back. It only proves she made the right choice walking away. But emotional strength, that's what makes her look twice, because it's rare and it's powerful. This isn't about hiding what you feel. It's about owning it without letting it run your life. Process the pain, but don't let it chain you down. Journal, reflect, talk to someone you trust. Do whatever it takes to handle your emotions like a man in command, not a man in pieces. And here's the shift. When she sees you steady, composed, and unshaken, something clicks. You're no longer the man she left behind. You're stronger, sharper, grounded. And that kind of presence doesn't just impress women. It commands respect everywhere you go. Start practicing daily. When triggers hit, don't explode. Don't collapse. Pause. Breathe. Choose your response. That simple act turns emotion into fuel instead of fire. Emotional resilience is your armor. It's your edge. Once you master it, no one, not even her, can take your balance away. Emotional strength builds your foundation. But the next step is what takes everything you've built and makes the world start chasing you. Part 7. Make sure you start dating. Again, this one might sting a little, but it's the truth. It's time to step back into the dating world, not to play games, not to trigger jealousy, but to remind yourself that your story didn't end with her. You are not bound to your past. There are women out there who will recognize your value, respect your growth, and connect with the man you've become, not the man you used to be. But here's the key. Let it unfold naturally. Don't chase it, don't force it, and don't use someone else as a weapon to prove a point. That's not strength. That's desperation wearing a mask. You're dating to move forward, not to get a reaction. And here's the twist. When she eventually sees you smiling with someone new, grounded and moving forward, it will cut deeper than any silence ever could. Not because you tried to hurt her, but because you proved you're no longer waiting. So be real. Be intentional. Keep your standards high. Step into this new chapter because you're ready. not because you're chasing validation. Dating again shows her you've moved on. But the next step? That's the one that doesn't just make her regret. It makes her realize she can't reach you anymore. Part 8. Let her first come to you. By now you've done the work. You've rebuilt. You've evolved. This is the moment where the script flips, where you stop reaching and the energy begins to chase you. If she truly regrets leaving, she'll come searching. And when she does, don't rush in. Don't act like you've been waiting by the phone. Stay calm. Be respectful, but keep your distance. Let your composure speak louder than your words. Your silence should feel heavy, and your presence earned. If she's serious, she'll prove it. But remember this, you're not the same man she once knew. You're stronger now, sharper, wiser, and with that growth comes a new standard. Not everyone earns a place in your life anymore. The moment you stop chasing, the dynamic shifts. You're no longer the one waiting for acceptance. You become the one who decides. And that's what forces her to question everything she thought she had figured out. So if she reaches out, don't fold. Don't fall back into old patterns. Evaluate, observe, hold the power in your hands. And if she can't rise to your new level, let her watch you shine from the sidelines. Letting her make the move puts you in control. But the next step is where you cement that power in a way she can never ignore. Part 9. Be a man of purpose. Discover what fuels you, because nothing commands attention like a man driven by a mission. If all your focus is tied up in her, it means you haven't unlocked your real why yet. And once you do, that's when everything begins to change. Purpose gives you direction. It turns drifting into building. Whether it's climbing in your career, diving deep into a passion, or leveling yourself up every day, make that your obsession. When you move with intention, the world notices, and so does she. She expected you to crumble without her, but instead, you found your fire. You found your lane. And that momentum, it makes her realize exactly what she let slip away. Men on a mission don't beg. They don't chase. They create. They rise. So lock in. Show up every single day for your vision. Let your purpose pull you forward and reshape who you are. Because when you align with your calling, love, respect, and opportunity don't just notice you, they start chasing you. Number 10. Build your legacy. It's time to think bigger, beyond the breakup, beyond her. Ask yourself, what mark do you want to leave on this world? Because relationships may fade, but your legacy, that's what endures. Stop playing small. Pour your energy into creating something that outlives emotions. A business, a brand, a vision that impacts others. When you build with purpose, people notice. She notices because you're no longer chasing love. You're creating impact. You're not just the guy trying to win her back anymore. You're the man with vision, with direction, with depth. And that kind of presence doesn't just attract her, it attracts the world. Set goals that stretch far beyond romance. Let your ambition and creation speak louder than any words could. Because when she sees you rise from heartbreak to building something timeless, regret cuts deeper than silence ever will. Number 11. Own your freedom. Here's the truth most people avoid. Being single isn't a weakness, it's power. Right now, you're free. No compromises, no obligations, no one else's expectations weighing you down. This isn't something to escape. It's something to embrace. The world loves to pressure men. Settle down, commit, follow the script. But this season of your life, it belongs entirely to you. You get to rediscover who you are without anyone else dictating the pace. Use this time to explore, travel, take risks. Say yes to the things you've been putting off. Build experiences that make you feel alive. The more you lean into this freedom, the more untouchable you become. And believe me, she'll feel it. She'll realize the man she left behind is now unstoppable, unbothered, unbound. That hits harder than any words ever could. Number 12. Never apologize for being you. This is the final and most important shift. Stop hiding, stop shrinking, stop twisting yourself into the man you thought she wanted or the one others expect you to be. From this moment on, you show up as you, fully, boldly, unapologetically. Own your past, own your scars, own your growth. You're not perfect and you don't need to be, because authenticity is what makes you magnetic. The right people are drawn to it. And when she sees you standing fully in your truth, that's when the regret cuts deep. Not because you became someone else, but because you became more of yourself. You're no longer chasing approval. You're no longer watering yourself down. You've embraced your voice, your vision, and your values. And that kind of confidence, it's rare, it's powerful, it's unforgettable. So take pride in every step of your journey. You've earned it. And here's the twist. You may realize you don't even want her back anymore. Not out of bitterness, but because you've grown beyond the man who once needed her. If this video gave you something real, hit that subscribe button. Your support drives this mission to deliver powerful, honest, and relatable content for men everywhere. Whether you drop a like, share a comment, or pass this video to someone who needs it, every action matters. And remember, you're not walking this path alone. We're in this together, growing, rising, and becoming stronger every single day.